Oh, Lily, my silly Lily. Good morning, guys. It's still morning here. Oh no, it's not. Wow, it's 1:29. Woo. Anyway, good afternoon. Hope you're all doing well and welcome, welcome. Today I just wanted to talk about how sometimes life, oh, by the way, I don't have my denture in or my bottom partial. I need a break from it all today. It takes some getting used to have all that in your mouth, and I just need a break today. So sorry guys, but I don't care. A lot of people are going through this. Anyway, a couple weeks ago I reached out, let's just say I reached out to the universe, whatever, and said, just, help me get through life. Help me find a better path in life. Help me view my life more positive. Help me, just in general. You know how we all go through times when we feel like we need something to get us through, right? Well, it's like the universe has listened to me, and it's throwing little things back at me here and there. Just little things. And this morning was one of them. It was, I went to the local store around the corner, and on the way back I saw what looked like, like a little homeless situation. I didn't see any people, but I saw the cart filled with stuff and, stuff laying on the ground around it and everything, and I thought, God, is there a person in there? So I drove up to it, and I lowered my window, and I just yelled out the window. I said, hello, hello. And this woman pops out her head. And she was such a pretty woman. She was like, I think she was maybe in her 30s. And I looked at her and I said, do you need food? Do you need some food? And she said, yes, we'd appreciate it. And I thought, we? So I looked over and I see a man. I don't know if it was her husband or a boyfriend or what. But they weren't high or anything like that. She was speaking very clearly, what have you. And so I said, you know what, stay here and I'm going to go to the store and get you something. So I did. When I went and got him some food and drinks and stuff, and I talked to the girl at the store. And she said she's gotten them stuff before too, that they've hit some really hard times. And so I thought, oh my gosh, I felt so bad for them. So I bought them, some good stuff, and I took it back. And she popped up and I said, here, this is for you guys. And the first thing she did was she was like, oh God, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much we appreciate it. And she loved my dogs, because I had my dogs in the car with me, because I knew I'd only be in the store. It's just a 7-Eleven type store. And I always take them with me, because I'm just in and out. I would never leave my dogs in a car where they were unattended out in a parking lot or anything like that. No, could never do that. But she saw my dogs, and she was like, oh my God, they're so cute. I just love them. They're darling. And I said, thank you. And so I gave her the food and the drinks and everything, and she was so very grateful. And then she says, oh, God bless you. And I said, well, God bless you too. And then he popped his head out, and he's like, oh, God bless you. And he was waving his hand as I drove off. And he was just like, thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. And as I drove home, because it's only a couple minutes from where I live, all I was thinking was, oh my God, things could be so much worse in my life. I mean, it broke my heart, because when she reached out to get the bags from me, oh my God, her hands were filthy. Oh, they were just filthy. I could see the crud under her nails, and the skin was just filthy. And I thought, oh Lord. So I came home and I walked into the house, and I looked around at my little house, because it's a small house, but it's perfect for one person. I mean, it is really perfect for one person. 2 people living in here I think it'd be difficult if it was really long term. I mean, really, really long term. Because I know when my son and I lived here together, we were getting on each other's nerves. But maybe as a couple, it might be good for a couple. But it's a small home, and I love it. It's perfect for me. And I walked in and I thought, oh my gosh, I am so lucky. Oh my goodness, am I so lucky. I have a roof over my head. I have food. I have an income. I have, clothes, shoes. I have my little dogs. I have my car. I have a yard for my dogs to go out into do their business, I felt so grateful for everything when I walked in. Everything. I hugged my dogs immediately because they greet me, of course, and I looked around and I thought, oh my gosh, I can just walk into a shower if I got dirty for any reason. And I just kept picturing her hands so dirty. Oh my goodness, it broke my heart. And she was such a pretty woman. She really was a pretty young woman. And so I thought, oh, there's another sign. And it's like another little thing to say, Lori, yeah, sometimes it's tough living alone, but look what it could be. Look what it could be. And I know what it feels like because I have lost everything. I have. I did live in my car for 2 days. I did have to live in a hotel room. I was homeless, literally. I mean, I did live with a couple of different people, which didn't work out. I ended up in a hotel room. I know what it was like to have nothing to eat. There were days when I would have Spam. I'd buy a can of Spam, and because in the hotel room, it was a motel room, they had the little refrigerator. I would buy Spam, a loaf of bread, and mayonnaise. And that would be what I would eat for the week. Or if I could, I'd get a couple cans of tuna. I know what it feels like to not be able to have enough to eat. I took care of my dogs. I made sure, because in the hotel room, I had 3 dogs. I was not going to let go of my dogs come hell or high water. If it meant me having to live in my car, I would have before I got rid of my dogs. And at the time, I had 3. And I made sure they had their food. I made sure that I bought that dog food for them. So I know what it's like. And I'm the kind of person that I will not judge a homeless person because I don't know what pushed them to give up on life, to give up on doing something for themselves, to give up on trying to better themselves. I don't know what pushed them to that point. So for me, it's like, I can't judge you. Because even when I was working and living in that hotel room, I could have been out on the street asking for food. I even went to some churches, and there was one church that said, I'm sorry, we just don't have anything to give. I went to another church, they gave me a couple boxes of cereal. The only one that actually helped me at one point was I went to this Jewish temple place. I was that desperate. I was literally looking for places to get food. And I walked into this Jewish temple place and I told them what was going on. Oh my God, they gave me bags of groceries. Bags, like 5 bags of groceries. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. And it was food too, not just junk. It was food. And I was so grateful. So grateful. So I know what that feels like to where I was working, but because of what it costs to live in the hotel room, and then gas, and then car insurance, I didn't have much left over at all. So when I see these people, I cannot judge them. I absolutely cannot, because I don't know what happened in their lives to where they could not better themselves. Everybody doesn't have the same inner strength to pull themselves up from after they hit rock bottom. Everybody does not have that. Some people have it to the nth degree. Some people are like, I can't do this anymore. Who knows what who knows what put them in the frame of mind where they feel they just can't anymore. So for me, I feel good in helping these people in what little way I can. I don't have a lot of money, that's for sure. But if I see a homeless person, I don't give them cash anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. I will walk up to them if they're like in front of a store. I will walk up and just say, is there anything you need in the way of food? Can I get you some food? And they've always said yes. Always, they're always yes, yes. So I do. Not often because I can't afford it all the time, but when I can, I give them, I go in and, and buy them food, drinks, you know, treats too, like candies or pastries, because I feel like they deserve to have a treat too. So it was just like another reminder of when you're feeling down and out, Lori, think about what it could be. Think about what it could be. And it was another real eye-opener for me. It truly was, guys. It was an eye-opener to the point where I thought, oh my gosh, I complain about living alone sometimes. I'm human, and I will. I'm still going to have days where living alone is not easy. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, everything has shown me how grateful and wonderful my life is. No, I'm still going to have days when it's like, damn it, I'm tired of living alone today. But because I'm human, and those feelings will come and go. But it's like the universe is it's working in my favor of showing me things to say, Lori, think about it. Really think about it before you get down and out about it. And it is. It's like after I ask that question of the universe to just help me, you know, cope with everything better, little things just happen. Even yesterday, if you watched my video, I told you about how I just had this feeling of, I don't know, it was like, just stay home, just this, just that, whatever. It was as though something was saying, appreciate what's around you, because nothing bad has happened. My little granddaughter, Elliot, she did get real sick yesterday, though, and had a high fever, and they were up with her all night, but she seems to be doing okay today so far. But other than that, it was just something saying, stay home. Just take it easy today. And I listened to that gut feeling. Who knows, maybe something would have happened to me if I went out there. I don't know. But it's as though the universe is just showing me little things. I watched a video today of this girl that I like to watch. She's a young girl. But I enjoy watching her because she was living in Japan, so I used to watch what she was going through. She's back home in the Philippines, and the video she put out this morning was the devastation from the typhoon that they just had. I think it happened yesterday, if I recall. And she was showing the mess around her house. Oh my God. Tree branches broken down, plants, everything blown all over. Just, oh my God, what a mess it was to look at. And I thought, oh my God. And she's out there cleaning it up, trying to clean up the best she can. And I looked at that and I thought, oh my God, what a nightmare to clean up. Because she's not in the position to hire people, you know, like somebody else might do. She's not in that position to hire somebody, come clean this all up for me. So she's out there doing it herself, and she has a few relatives that are coming to help her here and there when they can. And I looked at that devastation around her house, and I looked out at my backyard and front yard, and I thought, and here I complain when some weeds grow, you know? It was just as if something said, Lori, watch your video of this, because it came up on my feed, on my YouTube feed, and I thought, oh, it's JB. So I went to watch it, and I saw what happened, and I thought, oh my God, that poor girl. Oh my God. What a switch from when she was living in Japan, right? So I finished watching it, And again, I stood up and I looked at my backyard and I thought, oh my gosh, I complained when there were weeds growing? Okay, Lori, get your shit together. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's the way I felt. And it's like the universe it's like it responded to me and said, I am going to help you cope with the fact that you live alone, that it can be tough sometimes, but there is so much more that you have to be thankful and grateful for and are blessed in many ways, many, many ways. And one of those ways was I normally get my Social Security check every second Wednesday. I have been getting it like that for years, every second Wednesday of the month. Well, for whatever reason, it came in today. And I thought, what? That can't be right. That's never happened. So I went to my bank account and I thought, there's my Social Security check. That shocked me. That has never happened in all the years I've been collecting it. I've been collecting it since I was 62. And I am now 70. So that was a shock, and it was a wonderful one. I was like, oh my God, the money's there already. That was surprising. So it was like there was this, you know, here's the bad that life could be. Look how good you have it right now. It was a very eye-opening kind of situation again. The universe is God, whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe in, is showing me things to say, I'm going to help you get to a higher place in your heart, in your mind of your situation. I'm going to make it clear to you how lucky you are. And I'm telling you, that homeless couple, he was so sweet. Oh, he was just so sweet. The way he went, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you, God bless you. He kept doing that. And he just went like that, you know. You could see they truly meant it. They weren't high and all messed up, none of that. The girl at the store had told me, no, they're never high or drunk or anything like that, anytime she goes to give them something. So it was an eye-opener. It was an eye-opener, and when I came home to my dogs, I thought, oh my gosh, how lucky am I? How lucky am I to walk into this little old house with my precious little dogs, and I'm going to go to the grocery store now to get a few things, and I thought, man, I am lucky. I am very, very lucky. Yes, I'll have days when it's still tough to live alone. I'm human. But things are happening to make me appreciate it. In fact, this morning, guys, I hope let me check the camera. Let me check the camera. Oh, I got to do it quick. I was just going to say real quick, when I woke up this morning, I realized how lucky I am. I had nobody next to me snoring and disrupting my sleep. Just my dogs sound asleep next to me. And I just hugged them. Yep, it was one of those days. So anyway, guys, take care, and I will talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.